fundamental movement looks like. So not only in just a teacher student scenario, but this comes up a lot in a influencer scenario. I spent much of my journey, the beginning of my journey before I started teaching, especially being like, okay, I want to look like this person. I would study people's videos. And while I was freestyling, in my head, I would be naming my next move and the inspiration. So I'd be like, okay, I'm going to I cowtail like this person, and I'm going to do my running man like this person, and I'm going to add a little saucy thing like this person, and my slide is this. Like,
Yes.
I was basically like this weird vision board, like cut and paste of other people. And could I emulate someone else? Yeah. Okay. Amazing. But that's not going to get you where you want to be as far as your progression and your connection to the dance.
Yeah.
Emulating someone else is only going to get you so far because you're not that person.
No.
They're not you, and that's a freaking gift.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Like looking at that in a positive light, like you are so unique. And although even me as your teacher, again, I don't want you to dance like me. I want to teach you the tools and the rules so you can break them and make them your own, right?
Yeah.
And that is the most empowering thing I think any dancer of any style can realize is copying and trying to be just like someone else is going to feel really empty and hollow later on when you're craving that connection to your own unique way of moving.
Totally.
And it's going to feel like you're going to feel like a beginner all over again. You could have been shuffling for 2 years at that point, but you're going to now start exploring your unique way of moving, and you're going to feel like a baby giraffe all over again.
Oh my god.
If you're not used to it. So my advice on that is to, whether you're in a class or watching someone on YouTube or watching your favorite shufflers or dancers on stage, like take inspiration from them, feel inspired by what they're able to do, but don't aim to look just like them. Aim to add that sauce and flavor of your own on top of everything that you are doing.
Oh, totally. That's like life is a remix, right? Like you can be inspired by so many things, but it's not about like no one's going to be you but you. So you got to just do you because and what you were doing with the copying and pasting of different moves, I used to do that with like bikini competitors and like fitness competitors.
I think it happens in every little
well, or like anyone you kind of like you're looking up to in whatever industry it is that you are in, right? I feel like because like goals, right? You want to look up to something, and so but it does hit a certain point where you do have to find out like there's no way that you're going to be able to do like that little personality hip tooch the way that she does it because that's her little personality hip tooch. You need to figure out what your little signature thing is, and that can come from going back to like freestyle. And the beauty of freestyle is that I'll find that like with freestyle because I used to be a go-go dancer, like me and my friend Ginger used to like laugh because we would have our own like little signature moves, like when you were like, I don't really have no idea
I'm gonna keep doing
what I'm just gonna do, and I'm tired, so I'm just gonna just like do this like sexy thing down like this. But it's just funny because you can like see in each other's freestyle like what you're like thinking and like what where you're going for, and like it's, I don't know, like I also just miss like dance movies that you know, that like have like
bring back the dance movies.
Like guys on this side and girls on this side, and like they come together and like dance. Like, that I'm thinking of Step Up, I think.
Step Up. I was gonna say that's definitely Step Up or like Honey or something.
Oh my gosh, Honey was bomb. Yeah, and just like and how she was looking at like a basketball, right, and like and like just where you get inspiration from for movements, because like I tell people to like no one owns the pirouette or like a jump or any of these kinds of movements. Can't copyright those kinds of things, but the way that we like express that is like your own, and you can make it a signature, and that's like also like your gift to the universe, because now it's out there and other people can like take it, remix it, and it just becomes a thing that is bigger. So
yep, I love the idea of life is a remix. I love that. And one other thing that I always, strive for as a dancer personally is, if I were to be wearing a mask where you could not see my face, any of my features, if we were all standing beside each other wearing full masks, would you be able to pick me out as a dancer? Would I have such a signature way of moving, no matter what the genre is, the style, whatever, where you could be like, that's Alex? That's what I strive for, which is, I've never done
like
that.
That's like a game show idea. Like the Masked Singer, but like the like costumed dancer.
I think that might exist, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel, or we just made it up. We invented it right now, and because time's not linear,
you guys should.
We'll make sure
contact us.
TM.
Yeah. Give us the credit where credit is due, everybody.
If that's the case. Because if you think about it, like if you just had like costume dancers and like it was just, you didn't know who this person was, and
would you be able to pick out their unique style of movement? And it's I do believe that everyone, for me, facial expressions are a big thing. So without my facial expressions, I feel like half of my dance personality would be gone. But still, the way that my body moves in general and the way that I uniquely express, I would want to have someone be able to pick me out. I would want to have someone be able to pick you out. And that is where uniqueness really comes from.
Totally.
I want to do a test.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I think that there's a there. There's a show idea there too. Yes. I feel like we can do something with that. Like, I'm going to make a little note of that. Oh my gosh, did I lose my train of thought? I wanted to ask you one last question before we wrap. I would say, like, what would you say your biggest tip is for people who are interested in shuffling, but they just don't think that they, like, move like that? Do you know what I mean? Because I've personal trained in the past too, right? Like the relationship with you and your body, and that can be worked on, right? There's this idea of learning how to learn. When I was out of practice of dance for a while, and then I joined Babes and and you're learning choreography all the time, you get better at picking up choreography the more that you try to pick up choreography, right? So it's not like something you're just like born with being able to do. So do you have any like advice for anyone who's like wanting to approach shuffling as a dance language to figure that out, who's like maybe like just thinks that like my body doesn't work that way?
Yeah, that's such a great question. So the one thing I would say is this is by far the most versatile dance style I have ever witnessed or experienced. And what I mean by that is the shuffle community is so diverse. I have students who are in their mid 60s. I have students who are like 10, 12 years old. So there's a huge range right there. I have students of all shapes and sizes, all heights. I have students who have injuries and things that they've had to work on where their body, doesn't move the same as it used to before. And one thing that I will say is the fundamentals of shuffling are very, very unique compared to any other dance style. And I wholeheartly believe if you come at me and say, I have 2 left feet or whatever, all of those little
I
things,
can't move, but
I'm clumsy. I get that very frequently. Give me a chance and I'll turn you into a shuffler.
I love that.
I'm telling you, just, even without that, it is such a dance style that anybody truly can do. Obviously, being mindful of your health and all those things. Like, we know those intentions come first, but it is a dance style that even at its most fundamental level, I wholeheartedly believe anyone can pick it up. I've taught both of my parents. I have taught my grandmother. I have taught my fiance, who we joke around that he's the big dopey giant because he's super like clumsy, but he's a bomb shuffler.
I love that. Oh my God.
For any walk of life. And I really encourage you to try and to just be open to the fact that this is a very, very welcoming community. So a lot of the fears and the I can't do this is that come up in your head may just be the fear of like, not fitting into a community. And I promise you, this is the one you want to commit to.
Oh my
absolutely.
Gosh. I love that. That was very epic. I love how that's perfect, Alex. Amazing. I also think that like because shuffling is very, like, as I said, like very uniquely related to music, and how like music is just like a universal language, as you said, like it's just a we are each other, right? So it's just kind of like being able to, like, you're in your own uniqueness, being able to also still connect with other people on like a deeper level is like, yeah, I'm with you on it. And I also think that like there's something there in terms of making like a shuffle movie or something.
Yeah.
You know, like some sort of like you know, because like there's like vibes of hip hop too, right? Where you have like there's a way of doing something there. So I'm gonna take a little tag on that to see if there's something that can be done, because
pitch it to Hollywood.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Because if you think about even like all the different like cultures, I think of like Street Fighter, for example, and all the different ways in which the different parts of the world express their land and where they're from, and all that within the dance is like something that can be, like, I think, painted together quite nicely.
And we already see that within shuffling. We see the different sub-styles and how they uniquely express, and how they, you know, they all come together at some point with people practicing multiple styles. But I totally agree. I think shuffling is on the verge of something big, and I wholeheartedly believe that. And you know, our friends in music and DJs are helping to popularize it, as well as dance studios recognizing it as something that is to be taught in the studio right next to your hip hop, your jazz, your ballet. So everyone be on the lookout. If you missed the first wave, it's okay. We are in the second wave.
And bigger and better than ever. So okay. So we are at time, and that conversation went beautifully well. Thank you so much for joining the show, Alex.
Thank you for having me. This was incredible.
Oh my gosh, this was such a great conversation, and thank you for bearing with my technical difficulties in the beginning, but we made it through. I'm so happy it ended up working out. Can you tell everybody where they can find you, and is there anything big that anyone can look out for from you coming up? You also mentioned a dance battle, so go through where people can find you and stuff, any fun things that you're wanting to promote at this time.
Sure. Yes. So on Instagram, I have 2 handles just to make it extra complicated.
Of course. Why not? We are multifaceted beings, right? So, you know.
Exactly. We can't just have one.
No, of course.
My first one is Shuffle Shred, spelled exactly how it sounds. And that is where I'm posting all of my shuffle content. So we have shuffle mindset, tutorials, freestyles, literally everything you're going to want to know about shuffle is on there. My personal Instagram, which is a mixture of shuffling as well as mindset and coaching, that is Alchemy X Adventures.
Love that name too.
Yes, that name has carried with me for a while, because alchemy has been part of everything that I've done.
Dance is pure alchemy, right?
It totally is.
Oh my gosh, like you take all of those emotions and you just like turn it into movement, and it's just such a healthier way of dealing with things. Anyways, go on.
Yes, no, I completely agree. Absolutely. So other than that, I will be competing in a battle called TSL, the Showcase League in Barcelona.
That's so cool, by the way.
I'm really excited.
That's so cool. Like, do you have to like
streaming it?
So oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, details of that, please let me know. I would love to, like, oh my gosh, can I cover it? You know what I mean?
That'd be so cool.
I like get the live stream and then like cover the dance and then like be like,
that would be so cool.
Sure, I'll figure something out.
Exactly. But so that is in March. And other than that, if you're one of those people who's like, I have 2 left feet, or I really want to learn how to shuffle, my Footwork Blueprint program is literally designed exactly for beginners like you, where you don't have to have any previous dance experience. You literally can have 2 left feet, and through very short, digestible, and punchy, powerful video modules, as well as some one-on-one time with me, I will get you shuffling exactly the way that you need to be, and feeling really confident about it, and feeling like you actually understand it. So that is probably where I would recommend anyone start.
That's
for sure.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Alex. This was an amazing conversation talking about dance and like what it all means, and also just education about shuffling as a dance language. And I think that ultimately the more that we dig in deeper into like the art, and that we are all capable of expressing ourselves in that kind of way, it's our birthright as human beings, you know.
Yes, absolutely.
The better off we'll all be. So I'm going to sign off on this. I will say goodbye to you on Zoom officially later, Perfect. But I will say goodbye to all our live viewers now. Goodbye, and I will catch all of you next Friday. Actually, before that, I'm doing a synastry reading between Wonder Woman and Superman, astrology-wise. So cool. And that'll be on Sunday. But until then, I will also have some replays of this posted with all of the links and all of the good stuff from where you can find Alex and all of her future endeavors. So I will say bye to you offline, Alex. Goodbye, everyone online. Bye.